I know, I've left you for a while, and here's my reasoning. I'm trying to reinvent this channel again for the second time. Yay! I'm gonna take these off because you have no idea what my face looks like. Hi. YouTube's hard, but I feel like I have an idea of where I want to go with this. And I'm gonna have a new schedule. Instead of posting on Sundays, I'm gonna be posting on Saturdays instead. It'll be at around like 10:30 in the morning, so expect videos early on a Saturday. And yeah, I'm gonna be uploading to social media, or at least trying to, more often. And I'm gonna, you know, still do the movie reviews every week. And I'm still gonna do, the channel itself is not changing, but I'm going to try and be a little more abrupt, a little more animated, a little more on schedule, because, yeah. So, anyway, new intro as well, so enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the new intro. Today's movie review is about none other than Deadpool 2! What can I say about this movie? Was it amazing? Well, I probably wouldn't say amazing. I'd say okay. Not the best. Definitely does not live up to the hype of the first one.
You're absolutely right.
In any sense. It still has its funny moments, but it's not as funny as the first. It still has all of the gore, if not more. They brought in new characters. They have so many references, a few cameos, which I love. And yeah, let's just dive into it, shall we? So the actors and the characters, they're portrayed pretty much the exact same way as the first. You've got the Merc with Mouth. He does all of his breaking the fourth wall. Not as many as he did in the first, I found. And when he was doing it, it was very, not as meta, I guess. Even though he's supposed to be extremely meta, he's not very much in this one. He was just kind of doing it every now and then. It almost seemed like the writers forgot to put in his fourth wall breaking. It does a voiceover again. It does the same kind of a flashback. Not as extensive as the first one. It's very quick and like just jumps. So they kind of like skipped over that because I can see that they didn't want to redo it again, but had to for a certain point. But Acting was good except for one character. I did not like the new kid that they put in, that like Cable is after and Deadpool is after, and I did not like that actor. I know he's a child. Still did not like him. He was annoying. His whole character was annoying. Normally I like a New Zealand accent, but it was getting on my nerves. He sounded like a drunk Rebel Wilson.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
That is what he sounded like. And it was, I just wanted to punch him. Domino was hilarious. I loved everything about Domino. Cable was okay. Deadpool was, I found, a little toned down. He had his quips every now and then, but I found they toned him down a little bit in this and focused more on, I guess, the story. But it is what it is. The conflict in the story wasn't that great. It was literally just a kid out for revenge, and they're trying to, like, get the kid. That's it. It was a very bad conflict. The story was okay. Again, first one was better. It was like the whole revenge plot. This one was a different type of revenge plot based on the kid, and like Cable's trying to stop him. It was very... What I was just doing is how I feel towards the story. It's just, to quote literally Deadpool himself,
That's just lazy writing.
It was very lazy writing I found in this movie. The effects were okay. There's a certain scene in the movie where literally it's just complete CGI because there's two characters that are literally not real. And they have like a giant battle scene, and Deadpool even talks about how CGI it's going to be. And yeah, like you can... There's just things where I found the effects poor. Some of them were better, but I found they were very poor in this movie. You could tell when it was not real and when it was real. You could tell how fake looking it was, even if it, like, there was some CGI that was it CGI or was it not kind of a thing, but then there was some where it was very blatantly CGI. And I'm not overly fond of that CGI. I don't think anyone is, and if you are, then why are you here? The flow of the movie was kind of, not everywhere, but it wasn't seamless. I will say it was not seamless. There were scenes in the movie, I don't want to give anything away, but there were scenes in the movie where Wade is like in another world. I'll just leave it at that. And there was really no explanation as to what this world is, or what it does, or what it represents. Especially with one of the last lines that you hear in this world. To me, it didn't make any sense towards the movie, and they really could have done without it. And just things happening to certain characters made me a little upset because they're not really following what is supposed to happen in comics. I know comic to movie changes all the time, but you have a storyline, and you still have to stick relatively close to that storyline. You can't change too much, otherwise your fans are going to get angry.
What in the fuxicle is this?
Obviously, this movie was made to entertain, but did it really entertain? Somewhat. It only somewhat entertained me, and while the action sequences were relatively good, they could have been performed better. They were definitely executed a lot better in the first one. Even though Deadpool got only 83% and Deadpool 2 is sitting at 84%, I still think Deadpool 1 was eons better. Just with the execution of all of the punchlines, all of the one-liners, all of the quips, all of the action, all of the violence. The writing I found was better. The credits were better. The credits in this one was just very, in a way, forced humor, I found. And I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds, not that you are ever watching this, but if you, on the off, with 0.001 chance that you are watching this, I do apologize, because I know that you did help produce and write everything about this, but that opening sequence was not that funny. I'm sorry. Don't expect to go in for a lot of laughs come that opening sequence.
So dark. You sure you're not from the DC universe?
The score was all over the place, but it was meant to be. It was meant to be all over the place. It was not meant to kind of flow well and match and everything. That's what made some of the scenes funny when really they shouldn't be, but in a Deadpool movie, it's expected for everything to kind of be funny. Now, as for the cinematography itself, the lighting was pretty good. I was able to see everything. There was no areas that were too dark or too bright that, like, turned away my attention to try and focus on that and be like, what is this supposed to be? Everything was in sight. Everything was in view. Everything had great visual, eye-grabbing, both colors and effects. Everything I found within that aspect was really good in this movie. The camera movements were, again, okay. 9 out of 10 times they were pretty flawless, but there was the occasional one where it was kind of like, what's happening right now? But that was very far and few in between. And now as for the costumes. Deadpool, well, we all know his suit is like entirely CGI. Because when he puts on the suit, he's not actually there because you don't have a suit that can actually move the eyes and have like facial expressions on it. So we know that that's CGI, but it works because he is literally everything that the movie is about. Cable's effects and costume was kind of underdeveloped, I guess. The CGI with him was very meh. You could tell with like some of the metal going on his neck, it didn't look metal, it looked like it was rubber. You could tell here on his chest, whenever you were able to see the metal, was very, again, rubber or spray painted on. You could tell this was CGI with just the way that it moved. It was just, I don't know if they didn't have a bigger budget this time or what, but they kind of flopped in the effect department for some of these things. And these are key elements to your movie that you need to have in your movie. If it's not looking good, it's not going to be believable. And if it's not believable, then people aren't actually going to want to see your films. So you need to make your shit believable. That being said, that was my nice, short, quick, to the point, non-spoiler review on Deadpool. If you enjoyed my review, please make sure you give it a nice big old like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell that's right beside it so that way you know when I put up a new video. Make sure that you leave some comments down below. Maybe tell me what you thought of the movie, which one you like better, Deadpool 1 or Deadpool 2. Let me know what you want to see me review next time as well. And don't forget to share and subscribe to all of my social media, which will be at the end of this video. But without further ado, I will see you all next time. Bye!
My life is a party, my home is the club.